Yeah, if Jake catches him or something, he is 57.
Yeah, you just don't know. I've never seen a 57-year-old fighter up in the ring, against a strong guy, a strong bull like Jake Paul. So I think it'll be sad for Tyson.
No, man, Jake, man. Yeah, he's got some. But I'd like to say I'm beating him as fast as he's beating these taxi drivers. Especially bare knuckle. I'll hurt him. And he'll cry and run away and cower in the corner in the fetal position.
Prior to his fight with Jake Paul, boxing experts have begun to caution Mike Tyson, citing grave health risks and dangers in a recent interview with Fight Hub TV. Andrew Ward talked about his feelings on the battle that was coming up. "I'm going to see it," he replied. "I don't know. Man, it's a spectacle. I'm not sure." Mike Tyson is probably the 56 or 58-year-old that I'm not too concerned about, but it's dicey. I see people on both sides, so maybe he shouldn't be in there. Mike's life has always been dangerous, from the time he was 8 until now. It's dangerous to box. Considering Tyson's penchant for living a risky lifestyle in spite of Tyson's desire for a large payout, Ward acknowledged his mixed feelings about the contest. Ward is still unsure of his position on the subject. Ward continued, "I don't really know where I stand on it because how are you going to tell a man that's hardwired the way he's Mike Tyson? You can't tell him he ain't got a shot in that fight. Still, I'm going to watch it." While admitting to not knowing much about the circumstances, Andrew Ward mentioned that it would be interesting to see how Jake Paul and his team are strategically choosing the right names and choosing bigger and bigger ones. For Jake Paul, it seems like he and his team are picking the right names, and he keeps picking bigger and bigger names, so it's going to be interesting. I don't know too much about that. I've heard rumors about that. I hope that's not true. I love both guys. Ward also conveyed his optimism that they will manage to work things out. He said that while many flaws can go unnoticed in a victory, they usually come to light in a defeat. I hope they can figure things out, Ward continued, but I would not be shocked or astonished because I know how this game goes. Losses, on the other hand, expose a lot of faults and problems. I just hope that's not true. In an interview with Spin It, Tony openly expressed his concerns about Mike Tyson's health in advance of his unexpected upcoming fight. He said, "I am worried about it personally, but listen, you don't know what's been agreed between the two. It's frightening that Mike Tyson is going back into a boxing ring against somebody who is more than 30 years younger than him. It's just a bit nuts." Event organizers are reportedly working to obtain official approval from the Texas Boxing Commission to classify the fight as a professional fight. However, the fight could still be called off if Tyson fails to obtain satisfactory results from his electrocardiogram and electroenlargement tests. Should Tyson pass these examinations and obtain a professional license, he could become the oldest boxer in history. As for me, I hope the fight is more of a circ and a little bit scripted because I wouldn't want to see Mike get hurt in any way, shape, or form. We'll see what happens. He will be paid a lot of money, and nobody has the right to stop him from doing that. Controversial in every way, the clash promises an incredible show for fans everywhere. The notable 30-year age gap between them is causing questions for Jake Paul, and the most recent person to express dissatisfaction is Mike Perry, a bare-knuckle fighting championship star. Perry, the champion bare-knuckle boxer, has threatened Paul with a street fight.
Jake Paul, man, if he hurts Mike Tyson, bro, let me get that, bro. And he's not coming to bare knuckle. That's the thing, though.
Right.
That's the thing, right?
You don't think he would do it?
These guys, so who wants to come bare knuckle with me? You know, shout out to MVP, man. We had a heck of a matchup. Heck of a fight.
Yeah,
I loved that I could share that with him and he could share it with me.
Harry expressed to TMZ Sports his position on Paul, saying that he would want to confront Paul directly if Paul were to harm Mike. He conceded that although Jake might not be a bare-knuckle boxer, given Paul's history of accepting challenges that others might assume he's frightened of, he wouldn't be shocked if he did.
That people would say that he's afraid of and things like that. And that's partly what drew me to bare knuckle was that so many were worried about it or afraid of it. And I'm like, it seems real to me. So Jake, man, definitely issue you a challenge. If you get through Mike Tyson, test yourself for real and let's have a street fight.
Harry directly challenged Jake Paul, saying that if Paul wins over Mike Tyson, he should then validate his skills by accepting Perry's challenge to a street fight putting his skills to the test in a more genuine and unfiltered setting. According to another interview, Perry and Paul had previously participated in sparring sessions where the former UFC welterweight recognized the obvious skill the social media sensation possessed in the boxing ring. "I'm defeating him as fast as he's beating these cab drivers, especially bare knuckle. Jake, he's got some. I injure him, and he'll huddle in the corner like a fetal, cry, and admit that the next fight might give him even more energy." Jake Paul's notoriety and wealth. Oscar de la Hoya voiced doubts about Paul's dedication to the game. He thought Paul's decision to face Tyson compromised his hopes of winning a world championship.
Yeah, I just feel that. I mean, I grew up with Tyson, so it's to me, it's like, man, hopefully stay safe up there. That's it.
Furthermore, De La Hoya questioned what would happen to Jake Paul's career if Tyson entered the ring at age 58. He claimed that although Tyson has faced monsters in the ring and has a chin that allows him to go 6, 7, or 8 rounds, it won't be dangerous for him. What worries him is Tyson's legacy. Oscar de la Hoya expressed worries on Tyson's health in addition to his concerns about the impending fight. He was worried that Paul could be able to knock Tyson out in the fight. "You simply don't know. I've never seen a 57-year-old boxer go up against such a powerful man as Jake Paul in the ring. It will probably make Tyson sad. I hope he remains secure up there." That concludes it. While acknowledging Jake Paul's potential as a future world champion, Oscar de la Hoya wasn't totally in favor of Mike being in risk during the impending fight. De la Hoya did not change his doubts.
I'm not sure how or which way it affects boxing, because I think a lot of eyeballs are going to be watching. And it's like they say, right? I mean, hey, it's like, good media or bad media, it's still media, right?
I don't know how or in what way it will impact boxing, but I imagine a lot of people will be watching, and it's as they say. Hey, it's just media, right? Good media, terrible media, it's still media, Michael Bisping, the former middleweight champion of the UFC, who is now a color commentator for the organization, wasted no time in voicing his displeasure with his recent remarks that Jake Paul should be ashamed of himself, and that the biggest joke is that you don't even slightly understand why Bisping continued to criticize the decision to pursue a fight with a 57-year-old legend like Tyson, especially when one is in their prime. He urged for a cessation of claims regarding being a legitimate boxer in such circumstances, saying, "Not fair play to Tyson. Hope he makes a ton of dough, but what self-respecting fighter seeks out a contest with a 57-year-old legend when they are in their absolute prime? Make money, fair play, but stop with the legend boxer." According to Bisping, the pursuit of these matchups goes against the core principles of what it means to be a boxer. He continued by saying that Netflix predicts it will be a big hit. Everyone will become wealthy, but when does a youngster who has amassed significant wealth have the right to attempt to get respect as a fighter? To not hate it would be to go against the meaning of the term fighter. It is clear that Bisping disagrees with Paul, and his viewpoint is merit. The assertions Bisping raised were accurate, and he's not the only one who feels that way. Several other UFC fighters joined in to cast doubt on Paul as well. Renato appears genuinely worried about Tyson's well-being, expressing his concerns through multiple tweets regarding the upcoming fight. He tweeted, "Man, if Jake Paul is really fighting Mike Tyson, we as fight fans should riot. Absolutely disgusting." In addition, shared another tweet, "The possibility of one of the greatest boxers of all time in a ring is real. Strange times a YouTuber can kill a legend on the ring." Allen shares a heartfelt concern for Tyson. He tweeted, "What world are we living in? Jake always talks about helping UFC fighters pay and making boxing great again, but then just always looks to exploit the older fighters for his gain. There's no respect anymore for lines not to be crossed." In addition, physicians strongly urge Mike Tyson to reconsider his choice to engage in a bout against Jake Paul, citing concerns about potential internal bleeding that could escalate to a cardiac event. In a recent article for The Conversation, physician Stephen Hughes shared his opinions on the various hazards that Tyson faces in his rematch battle. According to him, the brain tends to lose volume as people age, lengthening the bridging veins and increasing their susceptibility to rupture. Confusion results from a collection of blood that presses against the brain as a result of the bleeding from these ruptured veins, a neurological impairment, unconsciousness, and occasionally even death. Hughes, who is a senior lecturer in medicine at Anglia Ruskin University, is deeply concerned about Tyson's health. He has expressed how deeply concerned he is about Tyson's possible vulnerability to cerebral vein rupture. Tyson added that drinking was another factor making this bout dangerous, considering his background. According to him, drunkenness is known to hasten the shrinkage of the brain, and it seems that Tyson highlighted alcohol as an additional factor making this fight perilous. According to him, drunkenness is known to hasten the shrinkage of the brain, and it seems that Tyson highlighted alcohol as an additional factor making this fight perilous. Alcoholism, he noted, is known to hasten brain shrinkage, and Tyson seems to have a history of this risk factor. It is important to remember, though, that Rafael Cordo, Mike Tyson's trainer, has allayed concerns about his brain injury and stated that he is a skilled fighter and shouldn't need any further training. Cordo also assured fans not to worry about Tyson's welfare. But Darian, along with Jake Paul, the co-founder of MVP, has come forward to address the circulating speculations regarding the rules for the much-awaited bout between Paul and Tyson. They have attempted to provide clarity in the face of fan and media uncertainty and rumors. Please remember to hit the bell button, subscribe, and give a like if you liked it so you don't miss any of our future videos.